Hey, I'm Michał, Senior Engineering Manager, and today I want to dive into something we all encounter. No matter if you're just starting out or you've been in the game for years, the 7 deadly sins of software engineers exist. These are behaviors I've seen pop up time and time again across teams, companies, and individuals. So as you listen, see if any of these resonate with you, or worse, if you're guilty of any of them. The last one not only makes you not fun to be around, but also may impact your development and growth. Sin number 1. Valuing only engineering. I see this all the time. Engineers who only respect other engineers and dismiss domains like design or product. They think that coming up with the most technically amazing solution is always the best way forward. And let's be real. They don't value anyone who can't understand complex things like RabbitMQ messages or event-driven architecture. But there is the problem. The perfect code doesn't necessarily mean value for the company. We're not in academia researching the most efficient software architectures. We're at companies that need to deliver value to their customers. This is why engineers work for companies and not the other way around. So don't get trapped in thinking that engineering is the most important piece. It's just one piece of the puzzle. So please talk to your friends from other areas of the business. I'm sure they will appreciate it and you will learn a lot. Sin number 2. Being passive-aggressive. And this one is really scary, but unfortunately common. You've probably heard of the genius jerk before, right? The person who's brilliant at coding, knows the business inside and out, but is just awful to work with. They don't communicate well, they attack anyone who disagrees with them, and they let their brilliance excuse toxic behavior. But it's not always just the geniuses. Sometimes even average performers get stuck in this mindset where they're passive-aggressive, refusing to communicate openly, and generally making life miserable for their team. This kind of person doesn't give feedback, they give personal attacks and comments, and it ruins the collaborative environment and morale. So if you notice yourself or other acting like this, it's time to change. Being difficult to work with, no matter how good you are, helps no one. If you think it's you or you know someone who's acting like this, there are resources online about nonviolent communication or emotional intelligence. Sin number 3. Thinking your project is yours, alone. We've all seen it. You join a team and there is that one person who's been around forever and treats the project like their child. They think they're always right, refuse to listen to new ideas and hold onto the status quo, harder than I hold onto the barbell during deadlift. But this mindset kills innovation. Sometimes you get so used to your routine that you don't notice the inefficiencies anymore. Maybe your pipeline fails 3 times before it works and you're just used to restarting it, or you've been stuck on the same framework for years while the world moves on. Bringing in new perspectives is crucial for growth. The bottom line is, the project is not only yours and you need to be open to change. Fresh ideas help us see the flaws in our routine and push us to evolve. Sin number 4. Skipping code reviews. This one drives me crazy. If you're not doing code reviews, you're not just being reactive, you're actively hurting your team. Come on, code reviews are more than just a compliance thing. They're about being a good team player. Pair programming and mob programming are great, but code reviews, especially in an asynchronous work environment, are essential. And if you are doing them, make sure they are useful. I love GitLab's approach when reviewing. Label your feedback as either a suggestion or a blocker. Don't leave vague comments like, "Wouldn't this be faster with, like, I don't know, maybe some optimization?" That just confuses the person. Be clear. If something is a must fix, say it. If it's just a suggestion, make sure that's understood. And remember, don't be passive aggressive. The main point is just do the damn code reviews. Don't let your team's work sit in limbo because you couldn't be bothered to review their code. Before the next sin, if you find this video useful, please like and comment. What other sins have I missed? Sin number 5. Failing to update the status of your work. We've all been in daily stand-ups where people say no blockers day after day, and yet somehow nothing seems to move. It's been 2 weeks and they're still working on the same thing, with a ticket still in to-do column. This is just frustrating, not just for the team, but especially for managers. So this point may be a little bit selfish. We need transparency to work effectively, and if you're not updating the status of your work, you're slowing everyone down. Managers can't read minds. If you're blocked, update your status. If you're in progress, make sure that's reflected in your ticket via comments or some other way. It's not just about you, it's about helping the whole team stay on track. If you can't remember about this, there are a lot of productivity apps, or just put it as a repeating event in your work calendar, just before you will end for the day. Sin number 6. Ignoring emails. And for some reason engineers seems to have an aversion to reading emails. I get it. Most of us would rather dive into code than deal with email threads. But this becomes a problem when people start missing critical information. It happens too often. People forget to read or respond to emails from HR, miss out on important updates, or just ignore performance review deadlines. You don't have to write an essay in response, but at least acknowledge that you've received it. And hey, if you really hate replying, Outlook has those reaction emojis now, so at least give me a thumb up and, I will know that you saw it. And now the last one, sin number 7. Not taking ownership of your own development. This is, in my opinion, the most serious sin of them all. You are responsible for your own development. Sure, managers are there to help guide you, mentor you, coach you, and delegate opportunities, but they can't do it for you. You need to take the initiative. Don't just coast along and hope that by osmosis you will pick up everything you need to advance. Be intentional. If you want to grow, ask your manager what you're missing. Say, hey, I want to be at this level in 2 years. What skills do I need to get there? Can you delegate certain tasks to me so I can learn? The worst thing you can do is passively wait for growth to happen. Time will pass, no matter what, true. But you can make sure that you grow faster than just waiting for it to happen. Sometimes the growth is not possible in the given company. For example, when you want to be promoted to staff software engineer, but you work at 15 people company, there is just no need for a staff in such small team. So, unfortunately, even your manager can't delegate stuff to you as there is no work to delegate. But you can probably learn that by taking ownership and talking to them. Those are 7 deadly sins of software engineers. These aren't technical issues, they're all about mindset, how we work with others, and how we approach our careers. I hope this gave you something to think about. If you found this useful, please subscribe. It really helps me out. If you'd like to talk to me, my contact details are on my channel's page. Thank you for sticking around, and I will see you next time.